We are preparing to live stream the meeting.
Yes, I've just been notified.
Brilliant. A live screen.
So we are now live on YouTube.
All right.
So we'll
Hello, YouTube.
we'll give everybody a little
Good
wave.
evening.
Hey.
Nice to.
I don't think we're live yet.
Lots of sitting.
I haven't got
Yeah,
any
feel
pictures.
very
We might have to do it again. There you go. Hello, everybody.
Hello.
Hi, YouTubers.
The trouble is, once you get YouTube up, it's really, really confusing because the YouTube stream runs about 30 to 40 seconds behind. So YouTube is now waving, and we haven't waved for at least 30 seconds. So as I say, it's just a little bit sort of disconcerting if you're watching that and sort of being here with you guys. Right, I think without any further ado, we ought to start proceedings.
All six of us.
So that if you're okay with that, the running order will be Steve, and then Rob, and then Mark, then Helen, then Chris.
Oh,
And if anybody comes in, we'll just factor them in without even blinking. So, Steve, the floor is yours.
thank you very much. As I say, it's been a pretty busy day today, and I just put these together just to do some a cappella music tonight. First song out, made famous, of course, by Barry Manilow, and it's called Mandy. I remember all my life raining down as cold as ice. Shadows of a man, a face through the window, crying in the night. The night goes into morning, just another day. Happy people pass my way. Looking in their eyes, I see a memory. I never realized how happy you made me, oh Mandy. Well, you came and you gave without taking, but I sent you away, oh Mandy. Well, you kissed me and stopped me from shaking, and I need you today, oh Mandy. I'm standing on the edge of time. I walked away when love was mine. Caught up in a world of uphill climbing. The tears are in my eyes and nothing is rhyming, oh Mandy. Well, you came and you gave without taking, but I sent you away, oh Mandy. Well, you kissed me and stopped me from shaking, and I need you today, oh Mandy. Yesterday's a dream. I face the morning, crying on a breeze. The pain is calling, oh Mandy. Well, you came and you gave without taking, but I sent you away, oh Mandy. Well, you kissed me and stopped me from shaking, and I need you today, oh Mandy. Well, you came and you gave without taking, but I sent you away, oh Mandy. Well, you kissed me and stopped me from shaking, and I need you. Thank you.
Well done, Steve.
Well done.
Oh, that cappella, isn't it? Really? Well done.
Well done, buddy.
For
Well
tomorrow.
done, very nice. And welcome
you.
to Roger, who's just joined us.
Hi.
Hello, Roger.
Hello, Roger.
Hi.
We're probably muted. Hang on.
No, you're not muted, and you're actually very loud this evening.
Oh, okay. Yeah, that's interesting. Not done anything special. We've got a clear head.
You're very high fidelity, and
Hi-fi.
Well, very pleased to hear it.
well, we can certainly hear it. If you were to sing at that level, I think we'd all be a bit deaf. It is quite.
I've not changed anything. I'll see what I can do.
Well,
Rearranging the furniture.
Let's try it before you start your piece, assuming you're going to do one, and if necessary, you'll have to move back from the microphone. Now you're muted, which is okay. That's fine. Right, okay. Thank you very much, Steve, for starting us off. When we're going to move to Rob, and I wonder what he's going to do. Is it going to be guitar? Is it going to be ukulele?
Yeah, it's going to be my little guitar today.
A little guitar.
Easy
Hey!
on the lap. The other one, I'll use the old ukulele. Okay. This wasn't the number I was going to rehearse for you. It's just I just happened to come across it the other day. It's a little number by Burl Ives going back to 1961. He recorded it, and you probably guessed it straight away. A Little Bitty Tear Let Me Down. And looking back at it, everyone gives it a bit of discography. He died at 86, poor old Burl, and in 1995. So he did so much. I'm trying to think. You remember that? I knew an old lady who swallowed a fly. Was that Burl Ives? I can't remember. I might do that one day. But this is a little bit of tear or let me down in the key of C. Okay. I've got a little bit of whistling to do here, so I've got to keep the old lips lubricated. Right. 1, 2. A little bitty tear let me down. For my act as a clown, I had it made up not to make a frown. Oh, but a little bitty tear let me down. When you said that you were leaving me tomorrow, that today was our last day, I said there'd be no sorrow, and I'd laugh when you walked away. A little bitty tear let me down. For my act as a clown, I had it made up not to make a frown. Oh, but a little bitty tear let me down. I said I'd laugh when you left me, full of funny as you went out the door, that I'd have another one waiting, and I'd wave goodbye as you go. A little bitty tear let me down. For my act as a clown, I had it made up not to make a frown. Oh, but a little bitty tear let me down. Everything went like I planned it, and I really put on quite a show. In my heart I felt I could stand it, till you walked and you kicked through the door. A little bitty tear let me down. For my act as a clown, I had it made up not to make a frown. Oh, but a little bitty tear let me down. Yes, a little bitty tear let me down. For my act as a clown, I had it made up not to make a frown. Oh, but a little bitty tear let me down. Thank you very much.
Good song choice.
Yeah.
Very good song choice.
I thought it was an easy one anyway.
Yeah, it's funny, isn't it? You know, I haven't heard that song for like 60 years, and you still remember the words. You know,
you do. It's funny you do.
it's weird, isn't it?
As I said, I come across these. It wasn't what I was playing. I was planning to do something completely different. Can't remember what it was now, but I just came across it. I thought that's an easy one. Not too much practice involved. I'll go for it.
A man after my own heart.
Yeah, absolutely.
There are times on a Saturday or a Sunday, and I've got some sort of song coming into my head, and I'm thinking, I'll do that on Wednesday. And then you look at the I don't know, look at the chords, look at the the intro and whatever, and then you get to about Monday afternoon. You think, well, actually, maybe I won't. I'll do something else.
You've got it in one there, Barry. That's me every week, more or less. Oh dear.
Well, thank you, Rob. And as you say, Helen, it does some of these songs. I mean, I suppose it was because they were such big hits. They were on the radio all the time. The BBC Light program.
Yeah.
And they kind of just like they were just there, so you just absorbed the words. I can't say as I've ever sung the song, but I know all the words. I mean, that's crazy, isn't it?
Very strange, isn't it?
There's a lot of little twiddly bit guitar playing in that, and I thought, well, I can't do that, so I'll whistle instead. So that was literally 5 minutes before I came on to Zoom. I thought, well, I'll try whistling. Anyway, I think it worked.
Oh, well done.
The whistle worked. Okay, Rob, thank you very much. We're going to move on to Mark. So if you'd like to press your mute buttons, that'll be mighty fine.
So I don't actually know who wrote this song, but I know that Shirley Bassey, or Shirley Bassey, I should say, has sung it in the past, so you might recognise it. It was quite a long time ago, but here it is. It's all about how men and women fall in love differently. When a woman falls in love with a man, she gives him all the love that she can, and this will always be the way a woman loves. Something makes her shine from somewhere inside, until her face has nothing to hide, but there for all to see, the way a woman loves. A man will love discreetly, a woman gives herself away completely. Everything she feels is there in her eyes. They speak of love, yet only the wisest men can never know the way a woman loves. A man will love discreetly, a woman gives herself away completely. Everything she feels is there in her eyes. They speak of love, yet only the wisest man can say he knows the way a woman loves.
Very nice.
Sorry, Mark, did you say Shirley Bassey sang that?
You're not muted, I can't hear you.
Can't hear
Your
you.
microphone's packed up.
Because you're not muted, are you?
You're not muted, according to this, but your microphone's gone. It was getting very quiet at the end of your song. But something's just suddenly gone. We're not getting any sound from you at all now.
Speaker up.
Is that better?
Well, yeah, that's better, yes.
A bit faint, but at least you're there.
I just, as I say, I don't know who wrote that music. I only know that Shirley Bassey had a hit with it,
Yeah.
back in the 60s, 70s.
I've not heard it before.
I was just waiting for the hand movements and the.
I can do all that.
Hey, big spender.
I think I'll leave that for my comedy.
I look
All
forward to
means.
it.
Well done. Anyway, thank you
Well
very much.
done. Nice one, Mark.
Nice one, Mark. And a new song. I've not heard that before.
I've not heard that.
Okay, Helen, with headphones or not with headphones, we're
With
coming
headphones.
to you.
Right, okay. This is a Dusty Springfield, You Don't Have to Say You Love Me. When I said I needed you, you said you would always stay. It wasn't me who changed, but you, and now you've gone away. Don't you see that now you've gone, and I'm left here on my own, that I have to follow you and beg you to come home. You don't have to say you love me, just be close at hand. You don't have to stay forever, I will understand. Believe me, I can't help but love you. But believe me, I'll never tie you down. Left alone with just a memory. Life seems dead and so unreal. All that's left is loneliness. There's nothing left to feel. You don't have to say you love me, just be close at hand. You don't have to stay forever, I will understand. Believe me, I can't help but love you. But believe me, I'll never tie you down. You don't have to say you love me, just be close at hand. You don't have to stay forever, I will understand. Believe me, believe me.
Beautifully
Well
sung.
done, Helen.
Thank you.
Such a lovely song. I
It
can
is,
still visualise Dusty Springfield
Yeah,
perform that
With
song.
the beehive.
yeah.
What-
But of course,
who
didn't
wrote
it make
that?
a big difference because of the orchestration that was used in a lot of her music and production? It's just
Oh,
brilliant. Yeah.
you did it well.
Well done. Nice job. Well done, Helen.
Thank you.
Who wrote it, Helen? Do you know?
It's not Tom Springfield, was it? I don't know.
No, it could be. Don't know. It didn't say.
Okay, all right. Hey ho. Right, we're coming to Mr. Chris Wallace, and nice to see you, mate.
Thank you. And
Any news on what next?
No, only that they told me to be about 4 or 5 weeks before I get called into hospital, but they may be sooner than that if they can find a bed. So I'm just on tenterhooks at the moment as to when they're going to drag me in. But we'll have to wait and see.
Well, you keep
I'm
yourself-
around at the moment, so
Keep
You
yourself
normally
safe,
have to
buddy.
you
Good to
normally
see
have
you.
to isolate for 3 days anyway. So before you go in.
I've virtually been isolating most of the time anyway, because I've had so many different procedures to go through and hoops and everything else. So yeah, it's I had a meeting with the consultants last Wednesday, which was interesting because they didn't know half of my previous history. And when they told me they'd got a collapsed lung, I said, well, I already had one. And I said it was reinflated at Harefield. We have no record of it. I thought, well, it's only a few years ago. Anyway, never mind. It's one of those things. I'll try this one. I know, I was going to say Flanagan and Allen saying it wasn't. It was the other duet who play piano accordions. Oh, crikey. Can't think of their names anyway. Not Rabbits and Lando, pianist, but you'll recognise it when I start it off. Hot diggity, dock diggity, boom, what you do to me? It's so new to me. Hot diggity, dock diggity, boom, what you do to me when you're holding me tight. Never dreamed anybody could kiss that away, could bring me bliss that away. What a kiss that away, what a wonderful feeling to feel that away. Tell me, where have you been all my life? Hot diggity, dock diggity, boom, what you do to me? It's so new to me. Hot diggity, dock diggity, boom, what you do to me when you're holding me tight. Never knew that my heart could go zing that away, ting-a-ling that away, make me sing that away. Said goodbye to my troubles, they went that away, ever since you came into my life. Hot diggity, dock diggity, boom, what you do to me? It's so new to me. Hot diggity, dock diggity, boom, what you do to me when you're holding me tight. There's a cute little cottage for two that away, skies are blue that away, dreams come true that away. If you say I can share it with you that away, I'd be happy the rest of my life. Hot diggity, dock diggity, boom, what you do to me? Hot diggity, dock diggity, boom, what you do to me? It's so new to me. Hot diggity, dock diggity, boom, what you do to me when you're holding me tight. Oh, hot diggity, dock diggity, boom, what you do to me? All my future will shine. Hot diggity, dock diggity, boom, what you do to me from the moment you're mine. Thank you very much indeed.
Yay.
That's a real old one.
Well done.
And I still haven't thought who the people who sang it to do it. I'll think of it when I come back to you. I'll tell you what it is.
Quick Google
You know what
search
it's
there,
called?
Chris.
Look it up, look it up.
Barry, you're muted.
Some people would say that's a really good thing.
I thought my mic had gone then, or sound had gone.
Now, I remember that song very well. It's a bit like the last one in terms of you remember it really, really well. A bit like Rob's song. You remember it. You can you can hear it on the radio, but and you've no idea why you know the words because it's not a song that ever resonated
True,
with me
yes.
anyway.
Surely Abacare or something like that. Was it on the Zillow? I can't remember. I'll look it up.
Have a look, mate. Have a look. Right. Okay. Thank you very much, sir. Chris. Oh, he's gone already. Oh, no, he's back again. We're moving over to Roger.
Hi. Small bunch.
Your microphone is still pretty hot.
Okay, I'll take my ears off and move back. Right. This is one I did at Herger on Monday. It's more traditional folk.
You ventured
There's a
out.
story
Well
about
done.
the sailor.
I'm impressed.
And this could be the founding of the Wild Rover. That's it. This contains all the elements of what became the Wild Rover songs, and there are a whole bunch of them. A story is one, because of a sailor whose name it is John. He'd been a long voyage and lately come on shore. So his money it was good, but his rigging it was tore. Now John, he went to an alehouse where he'd been before, and he called for a glass of the very best of their beer. You're welcome in, said he. You're welcome in, young Johnny, you're welcome in, said she. Last night my daughter Molly was a-dreaming of thee. What news, young Johnny? What news from the sea? Bad news, said young Johnny, for it's all gone from me. The ship sprung a leak, man, the voyage being crossed. And on the wide ocean, ship and cargo, they were lost. Call down your daughter Molly and sit her on my knee. Together we will drink and merry we will be. My daughter, she's busy, John, and cannot see you. And neither would I trust you for one pot nor two. Now Johnny being tired, he hung down his head, and he called for a candle to light his way to bed. All our beds are engaged, John, and will be all week. So for some new lodgings you must go and seek. So what is your reckoning, the sailor then did say. So what is your reckoning, for you must be paid. There's 44 shillings, John, that you owe of old. Then out of his pocket he pulled handfuls of gold. At the sight of the money the landlady she did rue. I'd have you remember, John, all the things I've done for you. And that which I said, John, I only said in jest. Of all of my boarders, I like you the best. At the sound of the money, young Molly flew down the stairs. She cuddled him and cuddled him and coiled him, my dear. The green bed is empty, John, and will be all week. Yes, there, and young Molly can take your sweet sleep. Before I would lie in that green bed, I know I'd rather lie out in the cold wind and snow. For if I'd no money, then out of doors I'd be turned. It's you and that green bed that deserve to be burned. Come all the young sailors who sail upon the main, who earn of your living in cold showers of rain. If you have some money, then save it up in store, for risk that your comrades would turn you out of doors. The Green Bed.
Yay!
No.
Very good. I've not heard that
Okay,
before.
Chris, your song, sung by Perry Como, and it was written by A. Hoffman and D. Manning.
Oh, thank
Well
you.
done, Steve.
I knew I got it from Foster and
How
Allen.
do you say Perry Como? I can see it.
Perry Como made that famous,
right.
apparently.
Very good. Many thanks.
And
I'll bear
on
that
the
in mind.
internet, it's got all the lyrics as well, so I can sing along a Max with you next time.
Yeah, I know.
Fine, thank you.
Just looking at your screen, Roger, while you were singing, your microphone is on maximum.
Yeah.
If you look at the Zoom settings, not now, but I mean sometime during the week, if you look at your Zoom settings, the ones that Julian sent out, and I think Mike sent out at least twice. If you need them, I can send them to you. If you go into the Zoom settings, the suggestion is to set your microphone level manually. Mine is at about 90 to 95%. I think yours is probably either on auto or it's on max.
Well, what happened, I expect, I've got to look at the settings, is that I've updated to the latest version. You must have changed the settings.
She changed it.
Yeah.
It's fine. It's just, I mean, you are loud. I mean, so loud that we could even hear the aircraft flying
Yeah, I
over
sound like I'm at
during your
Lancaster
songs.
Common or
I thought I thought it sounded like a Spitfire. I thought we were going to get bombed any moment.
No, we're on a path from Heathrow or into Heathrow, not sure which. But it goes exactly over that line.
That was definitely a Lancaster sound.
You sure it wasn't the Luftwaffe?
Tell me, you say you went to Herga.
Yes.
What was your experience of being out and about and singing in a folk club?
I wasn't actually out and about. This was a Zoom session. They are meeting.
Okay.
They are meeting in person. There's also Zoom going on at the same time. They're not interlinked. It's too complicated at the moment. But we do have some international people who join us from Canada and France and Australia. Yes,
Wow.
very keen follower from Australia, Margaret Waters. Yeah, so that's going to keep going.
Well,
So
that's
they're operating separately.
They are operating simultaneously but separately. Yes,
Yeah.
I think
think-
Zoom needs to keep going for our international guests.
Well, I think we're at the moment we're thinking of doing something similar as and when we go live next week. We'll see how that goes, but the intention is to keep that going on a once a month basis, and then to supplement it with Zooms, before and after possibly. So
Yeah, a good idea.
we haven't quite decided, but I mean we've got people now who join us, such as Andy Wenham, who comes occasionally, and then there's Chuck from Tennessee,
Of course, indeed, yes.
which has been really nice. So.
And then there's Helen from Watford.
And
Well, I'm hoping you might be able to get to Pinner. I mean, Pinner Village Hall is pretty big, and it's right smack bang in the centre of Pinner.
Yes, well,
To be honest, Helen, it's very easy to find it
Is it?
because it's all main roads to get you there. So I'll speak to you about it tomorrow when we meet.
All right.
what I did discover at Herga is that there are several of these guests, international guests, who visit as many clubs as they can fit in the week.
Really?
Yeah, they don't just come to Herga, they go all over the place, or connected to all over the place. But it's a good hobby if you have it.
Lovely.
Mm.
Well,
You
I'm
must
going
have
to do
a
your
lot of
song.
music to do
Well,
all those clubs, Barry,
Mm.
and do songs without repetition. Good luck.
No, I mean, well,
They have to keep track of what you've done where. Yeah.
well I've got to the stage where I can't remember what I've done. I can't even remember what I did last week. Never mind what I did, this time last year. So I know
Write
for a
it
fact-
down.
I know for a fact that I've not done this song before. I have no idea where it came from in terms of it just came into my mind that I really ought to do that. It's a song by Peter, Paul and Mary. I think it was written by a guy called Hetty West, or maybe it's a lady, I don't know. Anyway, it was Peter, Paul and Mary. It's called 500 Miles.
Okay.
So I've never done it before, but it'll be, I hope, nice to do. The train I'm on, you will know that I am gone. You can hear the whistle blow 100 miles. 100 miles, 100 miles, 100 miles, 100 miles. You can hear the whistle blow 100 miles. Lord, I'm one, Lord, I'm two, Lord, I'm three, and Lord, I'm four. Lord, I'm 500 miles from my home. 500
Great.
Oh,
Very-
nice one,
Very
man.
nice.
Well done.
Yeah.
I
Lovely.
like that
Well
song.
done, Ray.
Well done.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Right. Well, we are in danger of finishing the first round and going on to the second round, and we still haven't been joined by anybody else, so it's still the Magnificent Seven.
Mhm.
All the
Just in
seconds.
terms of the 18th, which is this time next week, we'll all be in Pinner Village Hall. Is there anything that you feel? I mean, you've seen the email and all the rest of it, and what we've asked. Is anything you feel would make you happier to come and be in a live event, or anything you wish we didn't do, or?
Not really, no. You covered, just trying to cover everything, really. Haven't you? How many?
I think you've got to experiment, give it a try.
Well, that's the purpose of the 18th. I mean,
It is a
at the end
pilot
of-
run.
Yeah.
Right? Sorry, Roger. Say again. Say again, Roger.
Sorry, that's a pilot run.
Oh yeah, no. This is a pilot. I mean, and the idea is that everybody comes feeling happy to come into the space.
Yeah.
They feel it's okay and it's run okay. I mean, the chairs will all be distanced depending on
Yes.
how many people come. We put a cap on 25. At the
Good
moment,
idea.
we're at 18. So the 18 people who've nominated themselves have all been texted back and said, "Okay, you're on." And we will not go above 25 no matter what. I mean, if people
Good idea. Yes.
and we'll see how that feels when we're in the space. I mean, yeah, it's a big hall, and we can open the windows at the back,
Yeah, it is a
so we
big-
can get a fair bit of air circulation going on. So, Susan Alexander, the nurse, came and she's worked in COVID wards, and she was pretty happy. We laid all the chairs out. We gave them plenty of room, so at least a meter between the chairs. We talked about hand sanitizing and all that sort of stuff. And as I say, it'll just be an experiment, see how it goes. And if we can improve, we will improve.
Has everybody been double vaxxed?
Well, that's the request, that everybody is double vaxxed. If you're not double vaxxed, please don't come. We're not going to check people's double vax accreditation. That feels a bit Big Brother to me.
Yeah.
But we've asked, we've made it very clear, and I shall reiterate that before next Wednesday. And we'll also say, if you're feeling even slightly unwell, please don't come. We'll give you your money back. Just don't come.
So Barry, did you say the text messages have already gone out, or they're about to go out?
Everybody who's nominated themselves, I'm pretty sure I responded to you and said, you're on the list.
I don't remember seeing it, but I'll check.
Steve, you're on the list.
Thank you.
Trust me, you're on the list. The list at the moment, let me just very quickly so everybody knows where we're at. The list at the moment is, if I can find the darn thing. You're number one on the list, Steve. Steve Palmer, Yubil Kang, Roy Coulson, Margaret Elijah, Lawrence Bird, Heidi Rayner, Susan Alexander, Terry Mills, Ian Goodfellow, Gary Story, be lovely to see him again, Andrew Clark, Hannah Laurie, Fuller, Alan Richardson, Rob Randolph, John Wallace, and Paul Stone.
Oh, right. Okay.
So if I haven't read your name, you're not on the list.
Right. Okay.
So at the moment we're up to 18 people, and I say we've maxed it at 25. So we're room for one or two more if people want to come. But I'm not forcing the issue. I'd almost rather we went into this one a little bit light, and that everybody was comfortable. And then when we've got however many people it is in the room, we can ask how people feel in this space. There you go.
Yeah.
And a suggestion, Barry, and it's up to you, of course. Once we've done the pilot, to those that have attended, give us some feedback, and you can put that into some kind of statement, statistics to all of the groups to say 99.9% of the people that attended felt fine, etc., etc. I don't know if that would help reassure people.
What we don't want to do is to overload the thing and for it to get crowded and for people to feel uncomfortable. So I think I think going forward, we'll check with the group. We'll say, how is this? You know, how many do you feel would be comfortable, on the assumption that Pinner Village Hall are going to let us use the hall again, and they still haven't confirmed that, other than the 18th is cool. So the objective isn't to cram as many people in as possible. It's to keep it as safe as possible.
No, but I think if you've had an opportunity to perform at one of the sessions, the next month's live performance should be open to those that perhaps couldn't attend on the previous one.
If it is, yes, if it is space
way
limited,
of doing it.
if the numbers are limited again.
Yes.
Yeah. Well, we haven't had to turn anybody down yet, so we may not have to worry about that. But I think for the next couple of meetings anyway, it will be a question of people nominating themselves first. I know that seems like a drag, but I think it's really important that we know how many people are going to walk through the door, as opposed to the lovely old Pinner Village Hall Pinfab sessions where it was just, you want to come?
Drift in and out.
I don't think we can do
You've
that.
got to have the control there.
I think we need some sort of, we need to know who's coming, and we need to know the numbers roughly. So there you go.
Yeah,
Right. Talking finished. Although, if you think of anything, please, just add it in or send me an email. We're coming back to Steve.
Oh, thank you.
Oh,
Right. I think, Helen, you may have done this song some while back, but I thought it's a lovely song, and I'll give it a go a cappella as well. It's a reasonable one to do a cappella. It's a Nat King Cole song, and Mona Lisa. Mona Lisa, Mona Lisa, men have named you. You're so like the lady with the mystic smile. Is it only 'cause you're lonely they have blamed you for that Mona Lisa strangeness in your smile? Do you smile to tempt a lover, Lisa? Or is this your way to hide a broken heart? Many dreams have been brought to your doorstep. They just lie there, and they die there. Are you warm? Are you real, Mona Lisa? Or just a cold and lovely work of art? Do you smile to tempt a lover, Mona Lisa? Or is this your way to hide a broken heart? Many dreams have been brought to your doorstep. They just lie there, and they die there. Are you warm? Are you real, Mona Lisa? Or just a cold and lonely, lovely work of art? Mona Lisa, Mona Lisa. Yeah, thank you.
Very nice.
Well done, Steve.
Well done.
That's what you have to do, isn't it? Well done. Yeah.
nice one, Steve. Well done.
There you go.
I could almost feel you aiming for that top note.
Yeah, I'm bracing myself for it.
Tighten up.
I know the feeling. Don't you worry.
We're not talking about proctology again, are we?
Well, we're in that.
We're good to go there, Mark.
We're in that region, perhaps, but
But I
that
know a
particular
man
subject.
I can now refer to if I needed help.
Okay, thank you
Thank
very
you.
much. Kicking off round 2, we're coming over to Rob.
Okay, well, that's a hard act to follow, Steve, but I'm now going to lower the tone with a blues number. I don't do too many blues numbers because I can't do many twiddly bits, certainly on the guitar, but I'm better on the ukulele. But this particular song doesn't sound right on the ukulele. It's a song called The Police Dog Blues. I don't know if you know it, but it's a chap written by a chap called Arthur Blake, or Arthur Blind Blake. They used to call him Blind Blake, back in 1929. He was just an influential ragtime singer and guitarist. And it's a song that I just discovered there again, just pure accident. So I thought I'd give it a go on the guitar. Now then, here we go then. 1, 2, 3, 4. All my life I've been a traveling man. Yeah, all my life I've been a traveling man. Staying alone and doing the best I can. I shipped my trunk down to Tennessee. Yeah, I shipped my trunk down to Tennessee. Hard to tell about a man like me. I met a gal, I couldn't get her off my mind. Yeah, I met a gal, I couldn't get her off my mind. She passed me up, said she don't like my kind. I'm scared to bother around her house at night. Yeah, I'm scared to bother around her at night. She got a police dog, craving for a fight. His name is Rambler, and when he gets a chance, and when he's Rambler, and when he gets the chance, he leaves his mark on everybody's pants. Guess I'll travel, guess I'll let her be. Yeah, I guess I'll travel, I guess I'll get her be. Before she sits that police dog on me. Yeah, before she sits that police dog on me. Something like that.
Yay!
Very good.
Pretty good.
Yeah,
Thank
that's
you,
so
Rob.
true that time.
In between each verse, Blind Blake and all the other
Wow.
people who've done this got a nice little twiddly bit, a little bluesy twiddly bit, but I can't do that. I might do it if I had about 5 years practice, but not to worry.
No, done a great job. Thank you.
Yeah.
Thank you.
You can do it. Just get hold of the tab and
Yeah. Just step out the comfort zone.
you can
Just do it sound like. The only thing about the ukulele you could do. You can do that little sort of a. And I don't know how to do it.
You can do that on guitar as well.
I can't. You'll have to show me live one day. Oh,
Good
dear.
stuff. Cool beans. Well, thank you very much for that. Where are we
You're
going
welcome.
next? Whose go is it next? Is it Mark?
Yeah.
I think it is. Yes, it is indeed, Mark. So, back on the mute buttons. We'll
As you were
change
saying,
this.
Barry, sometimes you wonder where the songs come from, but they sometimes pop in my head, which this one did. I did look up the chords, and there were some weird chords with it, but I'll give it a go anyway. I do know who wrote this one. It was Bernstein and Sondheim, I think it's pronounced. So it's from the West Side Story. Can you hear me okay? Yeah. There's a place for us, somewhere a place for us, peace and quiet and open air, wait for us somewhere. There's a time for us, someday a time for us, time together with time to spare, time to care, time to learn, someday, somewhere, we'll find a new way of living. We'll find a new way of forgiving. Somewhere, there's a place for us, a time and a place for us. Hold my hand and we're halfway there. Hold my hand and I'll take you there. Somehow, someday, somewhere.
Great. Nice. Nicely done, Mark.
Well done, Mark.
Good song, mate. Good song.
Yeah, brilliant. Absolutely brilliant.
Yeah. I think the most famous thing, I think, was PJ Proby done that. That's where he ripped his trousers, wasn't
that's
it?
right,
I think that's the
yeah,
only
yeah.
thing, that song.
Yeah, he did it in his own way, didn't he? Really.
But it was such a great musical and brilliant scores they wrote in that.
Isn't it bizarre that, you know, back in the day when, you know, performing on stage was the thing. I mean, PJ Proby was immensely popular, but when that pants spitting thing happened, that virtually ended his career.
It is, that's true. I forgot.
Yeah. And
He almost faded off the face of the earth. He did come back and did a few of those solid gold 60s things, but as a major performing artist, he just lost traction.
And it was interesting when I mentioned earlier about reading the Tom Jones book. It was the show PJ Proby was booked to perform in. They thought, we can't have that on a live, because it was all live really, their TV shows then in the 60s. And they said we couldn't have that in front of an audience. So they dropped PJ Proby and they said, we've got this new artist, Tom Jones. And
good Lord.
He took his slot, and he says he's never spoken to me since.
I'm not that surprised, to be honest. He was married to another singer called Billy Davis.
Oh yeah, Billy Davis.
Billy Davis, who she did a number, and I've got it in my head, but I can't think.
It wasn't Tell Him, was it? Tell Him?
Yes, it was
Yeah,
Tell
that's
Him.
it. That's
Yeah.
it. Hey.
Tell Him. Billy Davis.
Yeah.
I think she went out with one of the it may have been not Hank Marvin, but it may have been Bruce Walsh for a while. I can't remember. Can't remember.
And why not? In those days, anybody went out with anybody. You know, and you needed to be seen places as well, on the arm of somebody. Anyway, we're moving along. We're coming to you, Helen.
Well done, Mark.
Yeah, well done, Mark.
Okay. Well, I think you might have done this a while ago, Steve. So you've nicked one of mine. I'm going to nick one of yours. Right Here Waiting for You by Richard Marx. oceans apart day after day, and I slowly go insane. I hear your voice on the line, but it doesn't stop the pain. If I see you next to never, how can we stay forever? Wherever you go, whatever you do, I will be right here waiting for you. Whatever it takes, or how my heart breaks, I will be right here waiting for you. I took for granted all the times that I thought would last somehow. I hear the laughter, I taste the tears, but I cannot get near you now. Oh, can't you see me, baby? You've got me going crazy. Whatever you do, wherever you go, I will be right here waiting for you. Whatever it takes, or how my heart breaks, I will be right here waiting for you. I wonder how we can survive this romance, but in the end, if I'm with you, I'll take my chance. Oh, can't you see me, baby? You've got me going crazy. Wherever you go, whatever you do, I will be right here waiting for you. Whatever it takes, or how my heart breaks, I will be right here waiting for you. I will be right here waiting for you. Thank you.
Nice one, Helen.
Lovely,
Thank you.
Well done.
Thank you.
lovely.
You're muted, Steve. You're saying something, but we can't hear it.
Sorry, Helen, did you say Richard Marx?
Helen, you're
Not
muted.
muted now, Helen.
It's
It's
catchy.
good at this, isn't it?
Yeah, yes, Richard Marx.
Yeah, no, I think the song I'd done from Richard Marx was Hazard.
Oh, you've not done this
So,
one before?
Not that one, no, but that is still a great song.
Good
Great
song.
it
Yeah,
is.
very nice.
Yes.
Mm.
And I
Well
don't think
done.
in the last 18 months anybody's done that. Not that I
Wow.
can remember.
No.
So it's an
Right.
original.
Well,
Yeah.
Original. Yeah.
You heard it first from Helen Silver.
See, if I was Madonna, I would sing like a virgin. Touch for the very first time.
We'd rather you didn't do that, Steve.
All right, all right.
Okay. Mm.
I'm glad you said that, Gary.
Oh, dear me.
Like a virgin, Steve Parker. That'd be about 65 years ago, possibly, but we're not counting. Right, okay, we're coming to Chris Wallace. Enough of this frivolity.
I don't know about that. I'm not quite sure what to do actually. Before I do go any further, I would have been giving anybody a lift to PinFab, as most of you know. I've done this in the past, and living in Carpenter's Park, I'm not a million miles from Watford, and I have taken people from Watford to PinFab in the past. But sadly, with my operation coming up, I can't make any guarantees to anybody about whether I'll be available to give transport to anyone. But if I am around and somebody does want to lift, Barry, just give me a shout, and if I'm around, I'll do it.
No,
That's
kind
very
of
sweet
Thank
of you, Chris.
Yeah,
Very
thank
sweet of
thank
you. But you must think about yourself at the moment, and as
Yeah, I
I think
appreciate
Helen
that.
said, you may well be in a situation where you're having to isolate as well. So
Well, I'm trying to avoid people as much as possible. So, no, going to a small group
Yes.
like I did on Friday, there were 6 of us, that wasn't too bad.
there's nothing
going to-
antisocial about you at all, Chris, is there? I'm trying to avoid people like the plague.
Anyway, I'll try this one. I've done it before in the club, so here we go. Well, I never felt more like singing the blues, 'cause I never thought that I'd ever lose your love, dear. Why'd you do me this way? Well, I never felt more like crying all night, 'cause everything's wrong and nothing ain't right without you. You got me singing the blues. Oh, the moon and stars no longer shine. The dream is gone I thought was mine. There's nothing left for me to do but cry over you. Well, I never felt more like running away, but why should I go? 'Cause I couldn't stay without you. You got me singing the blues. Well, I never felt more like singing the blues, but I never thought that I'd ever lose your love, dear. Why'd you do me this way? Oh, the moon and stars no longer shine. The dream is gone I thought was mine. There's nothing left for me to do but cry over you. Well, I never felt more like running away, but why should I go? 'Cause I couldn't stay without you. You got me singing the blues, 'cause I couldn't stay without you. You've got me singing the blues. Thank you very much indeed.
Hey.
It's funny, Chris. I nearly did that one tonight. Well done.
Cool beans. I mean, hey, they don't call us Pinner Folk and Blues for nothing.
Pinner Folk and Blues.
As Gary very often remarks when he is about to pop a blues song in, we are called Pinner Folk and Blues, but blues doesn't rear its ugly head
Didn't
terribly
really come
often.
up much. That's why I thought I'd try a bluesy number.
Hey, you know,
Just for a change.
whatever. Okay, Roger, we're coming to you.
Well, this is for all dog lovers. It's sort of a cautionary tale, really.
Just
Now, this is by Les Barker.
keep back from the mic, Roger. Just move back if you can.
Okay,
It's still very hot.
okay, right. This is by Les Barker, which means it's predictive poetry. You should be able to predict some of the following words from the previous line. I'll try and indicate whether it's possible. I always wanted a dog, so one day I took in a stray. He didn't want to leave me, and so I called him Stay. I knew it was a mistake the first time I told Stay to go. Go, Stay, and I pointed, but did Stay go? Go, Stay, I said, and he started, and he's going, but then he was not. He looked at me, sad and confused. The two big eyes said, "What?" I threw him a stick and said, "Fetch, Stay." He started and stopped all in one. I never got round to saying, "Come here, Stay." No point coming, you're not gone. He wanted to please, but he couldn't. I suppose because he didn't know. So I got him a spaniel for company. I shouldn't have called him Go. I said, "Stay, Go." Go would stay a second, then both Stay and Go were away. I had to shout, "Come here, Stay and Go." They were coming and going all day. I said, "Stay, Go and Stay." I tried Go, Stay and Go. Nothing seemed to get through. Not that they were both saying no, but both were saying, "Does he mean you?" It was all very well in the park, but what if we stood at the curb? Two lost souls in the dark. Which bloody one's the verb? Got them a new friend now. Found him, poor starving wretch. I hope that they will be very happy together. Come and stay. Come and meet. Fetch.
Oh, hey. I've never heard that
Found that very confusing.
one. Well done.
Tell
Yeah.
you what, dogs are very confusing. I had a phone call with my son. They've just got a new dog,
Yes.
a Springer Spaniel crossed with a Labrador. It is the fastest dog I have ever seen. I mean,
Yeah,
it's only a puppy, but I mean, it goes like
I can
woof.
well imagine.
Anyway, my son came home from doing an errand and walked in the house. The dog was really, really excited to see him, and you know, needed to go outside, obviously. So Nick opened the back door so he'd go into the back garden, thinking he needed to do a wee, and therefore he would start weeing first. The dog ran out into the back garden and ran up a tree. Ran up a tree, and obviously his claws are not particularly good. So ran up the tree, got into all the bushes and the branches, and then proceeded to fall out of the tree. You know, injuring his face and doing something to one of his paws. So you know, they've had to spend virtually half the evening now in emergency vets. But anything that happens to a dog sounds expensive. So hey, what can you do? But I mean, this dog is a lovely, lovely dog, but it's as nutty as a fruitcake.
Yeah.
Does the dog think he's a cat?
He's suddenly found, he's discovered that birds are often in trees, and he likes birds, and he likes to hunt birds, and you know, they're prey, you know, they're good prey, and he knows they're in the tree, so he keeps going up the tree to see if he can find the bird.
I didn't know dogs had that instinct. I knew cats did, but I didn't think dogs did.
Oh, well, so this is a different sort of dog.
It's a cat dog.
He's a bird dog.
Anyway, like everybody else, I was going to do something else this evening, but I've decided that this actually fits the bill. This is a song by John Prine, who I'm quite fond of, and his songs. He died last April. He died of COVID. He was one of the first, you know, named people to pass away from COVID, which is sad. And this is a song which is probably best known as done by Bonnie Raitt. It's called Angel from Montgomery, and it must have earned John Prine one heck of a lot of money. And it's a good song. Angel from Montgomery. I am an old woman named after my mother. My old man is another child that's grown old. If dreams were lightning and thunder was desire, this old house would have burned down a long time ago. Make me an angel that flies from Montgomery. Make me a poster of an old rodeo. Just give me one thing that I can hold on to believe in this living is just a hard way to go. When I was a young girl, I'd be a cowboy. There wasn't much to look at, just a free rambling man. But that was a long time, and no matter how I tried, these dreams just go by like a broken down dam. Make me an angel that flies from Montgomery. Make me a poster of an old rodeo. Just give me one thing that I can hold on to believe in this living is just a hard way to go. There's flies in the kitchen, I can hear them buzzing, and I ain't done nothing since I woke up today. How the hell can a person go to work in the morning, come home in the evening and have nothing to say. Make me an angel that flies from Montgomery. Make me a poster of an old rodeo. Just give me one thing that I can hold on to. To believe in this living is just a hard way to go. To believe in this living is just a hard way to go.
Well done, Barry.
Well done.
Very good. Well done, Barry.
Nice song.
Lovely jubbly. Well, that's 2 rounds. Does anybody have a pressing desire to sing another song? No?
Oh no, I'm saving myself for next week.
I'll do another one if you like.
Books.
I'll have a crack at another one if you wish.
Okay,
Come
Chris.
on in, Perry,
Okay,
come on.
Chris. Give us,
We'll
give
try
us
this one.
another one, just like the other one. Give us another one, please.
Go for it.
Well, this is a Guy Mitchell number. I hope I can remember it. That's the only thing. She wears red feathers and a hooly skirt. She wears red feathers and a hooly skirt. She lives on just coconuts and fish were on the sea, with a rose in her hair, a gleam in her eye, and love in her heart for me. I worked in a London bank, respectable position. From 9 to 3 they serve you tea, but ruin your disposition. Each night as music falls, a travelogue I see, and once a pearl of a native girl came smiling right at me. She wears red feathers and a hooly skirt. She wears red feathers and a hooly skirt. She lives on just coconuts and fish were on the sea. A rose in her hair, a gleam in her eye, and love in her heart for me. Goodbye to the London bank. I started out to sailing from the 14th day from Mandalay. I spied her from the railing. She knew I was on my way, waited and was true, and said, "You son of an Englishman, I've dreamed each night of you." She wears red feathers and a hooly skirt. She wears red feathers and a hooly skirt. She lives on just coconuts and fish were on the sea. A rose in her hair, a gleam in her eye, and love in her heart for me. I went to her ma and pa and said I loved her only. They both said we could be wed. Oh, what a ceremony! An elephant brought us in, placed her by my side, while 6 baboons played. Drums, can't think of the word. What do they play? Bassoons. And played Here Comes the Bride. She wears red feathers and a hooly skirt. She wears red feathers and a hooly skirt. She lives on just coconuts and fish were on the sea. A rose in her hair, a gleam in her eye, and her love in her heart for me. I'm back here in London town, and though it may sound silly, she's here with me, and you should see us walk down Piccadilly. The boys at the London bank kind of hold their breath, and she sits with me and sips her tea, which tickles them to death. She wears red feathers and a hooly skirt. She wears red feathers and a hooly skirt. She lives on just coconuts and fish were on the sea. A rose in her hair, a gleam in her eye, and love in her heart for me. Thank you.
Hey, well done, Chris. Well done.
Cheering song for Brian afternoon.
Well done.
Can't beat the oldies.
Yeah,
Thank you. Not bad for somebody who's nearly 76 years of age.
Feeling there's a slightly risky version of that song.
is it?
Oh, there are, yes.
Yeah,
I
no, I
know,
also.
I'm not going to sing that one. Sorry, Barry.
No, I know, and it's quite safe. But I mean, I was in the Merchant Navy, don't forget. So every slightly risky song came out when we were sitting in the bar and having a good time. And there's definitely a slightly iffy version of that song.
Wow. I got slung out of the Sunday school for singing the naughty Sunday school song.
Yeah.
And all I came out with was Shadrach was the prophet who they put upon the fire and expected by his stokers to immediately expire. For when they up the furnace door, the asbestos laddie laughed. Close the door, me hearties, I cannot stand the draught. I got slung.
Did you get slung out, or you nearly slung out?
Not much to get slung out for there, is there?
Well, there you are. The rest of the class. I was at the back of the class, and the rest of the back of the class all were laughing, and the woman in charge of Sunday school didn't like the way we were laughing and joking, and she thought we were having a go at her, but we weren't. And I came up, we had a lad called Daniel, and of course that one was easy. It was Daniel was a naughty boy, he wouldn't obey the king. His Majesty remarked he could not stand that sort of thing, so he opened up a manhole to some red lines down beneath. But Daniel was a dentist, and he pulled out all their teeth. And it's old folks, young folks, everybody come to the naughty Sunday school on Sunday afternoons. Bring your sticks of chewing gum and sit upon the floor, and we'll tell you Bible stories that you've never heard before. There you are. Sorry about that.
A good way of getting chucked out, isn't
No,
it?
sorry.
There's a very risky version of that song as well.
Is it?
I never
I've
went.
never heard it. I think I've led a sheltered life. I don't know.
When I was confirmed into the Methodist Church, I was given a hymn book. I had no music lessons whatsoever. It wasn't until I was 45 years of age that I realised I was singing all the wrong words, because I was so used to singing, instead of 1, 2, 3, I didn't realise that line 1 was sung in that, and then line 1 the next verse, and so on. I just sang each verse as it came along. I got all the words wrong. My sister stood on my foot and said, "You're shouting over everybody. Stop it." So I never performed after that.
Oh, I know.
Oh dear.
Anyhow, anyway, thanks for that. Right,
Anyway.
we're in danger of being done. So thank you very much for joining us.
Thanks, Barry.
Thank you very much.
Those of you
See
who
you
want to come
one way or
along,
the other next week.
Everyone.
those of you who want to come along to our live session, please nominate yourself.
Yeah, we'll think
And
about that.
there'll be something going out in the next few days, just to remind everybody of the the requests, the restrictions, and all the rest of it.
Yeah.
Don't want to belabor the point, but we want this one to be really safe and okay.
Okay.
Excellent.
Have a good
Okay.
time.
I'll see you tomorrow, Helen and
Yeah,
Rob.
indeed.
Hello. What's going on here? What's going on here? Anything you need to declare?
No, but
No.
we're going to be practicing the altar Pinfab's version of Chris Wallace's songs.
What?
It's Roy.
I want to hear these, Chris, now.